Hello and welcome to Lawndale Lifestyle. I'm your host, Christine Bou Sleiman. I'm really excited about our first guest today. We have Betsy Hamilton, the Assistant Superintendent of Ed Services, here with us today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So, can you tell us a little bit about why it's important to read, and especially for kids to continue reading through the summer?
Absolutely. Well, reading is a foundational skill for all other learning. So reading is really the key to learning all the different subject areas. And for the summer, we have a summer reading program in partnership with the local Lawndale Library. Nice. And there's a thing called summer learning loss. So learning loss happens during the summer. For the 2 months of summer, it ends up being equivalent to loss of 2 months of achievement, essentially. So a second grader who ends the school year reading at grade level in second grade actually will start the following year reading about 2 months behind. And so for that reason, it's really important for our students to keep up by reading during the summer. Also, we do have recommended reading lists for students, and what sort of is like a reading contest where we ask students to check out books from the library and then keep track of them on a log. And also they can write book reports during the summer and then submit all of that to their teachers when they return in the fall. And we have a reading celebration in the fall to try to motivate students. I should say also for Lawndale, our students, about 85% of our students meet the federal poverty level, which means that they're living with less resources in their homes than some other students in other communities. And that exacerbates the summer learning loss. Mm-hmm. So we want to compensate for that by making sure that they have a good partnership. We have a good partnership with the library, and they check out books and read them.
Oh, that's great. Mm-hmm. And is there a certain goal for how much they should be reading in the summer? What's a good requirement or recommended level?
Well, every student reads at a different level, so we want students to read. There's an independent reading level. There are books that are more challenging for students. We want them to check out a variety of books at the library, and the librarians are able to help them with what's appropriate for them. There are published lists that we have that help them, and then we also want to make sure that students are reading at least a half an hour a day. Some students read more than that, but that would be a minimum, I would say.
Okay. And what factors do you think affect academic achievement?
Well, all of the factors that lead to a happy, healthy person affect academic achievement. So physical health, social, emotional health, the physical exercise that students get or don't get affects their academic achievement. How they're feeling emotionally and how they interact with others affects their academic achievement. And then, of course, their ability to learn, which is affected by nutrition. If a child comes to school hungry in the morning, it's going to be harder for them to concentrate. Physical activity is very much associated and good nutrition are very much associated with high levels of cognitive activity and achievement. And we want to make sure that all of our students get good physical activity, have good nutrition, and come to school ready to learn each day.
Yeah, and I know Lawndale Elementary School District in particular is very big on health and wellness in general. And I believe one of the district goals is actually surrounding health and wellness. Can you tell me a little bit more about that goal and maybe some things that are happening at the district level?
Yes, well, we've had several partnerships and are continuing to increase or improve our partnerships, and seeking grant funds also to support our parents and our students as well as our staff in improving our physical conditioning, increasing physical activity, and improving our nutrition. So our food services department is very dedicated to improving nutrition for our students. We have lots of activities that engage parents at our schools. So everything from safe routes to school, bike to school days, walk to school days, jog-a-thons, family fitness nights. These are all school-based activities or school-oriented activities that parents and students can engage in. In addition to that, we feel at the district office, and I feel particularly responsible for setting a good example by only having healthy snacks offered, for example, in my office or in the meetings that I run, and also that we have gotten to a little bit of competitive spirit with Fitbits. We have a number of our staff have a Fitbit, and we try to at least set a goal of 10,000 steps a day. We have a friendly competition going on with some of our
Healthy competition.
Healthy competition, yes. So, and we have a partnership with Providence Little Company of Mary. They have a program called COPA, Creating Opportunities for Physical Activity, and Mr. Latarrin Sheppard is a key leader in our school district, and some PE instructors also that work in our elementary schools to increase physical activity. And that's been a little contagious. So with instant recess, which is a very successful activity in the schools that knock on the teacher's door, and if they're ready for it, they can have physical activity on the spot with their students, which gets the blood pumping and gets the brain working. We do the same thing at the district office. On Fridays, we have volunteers like myself or other staff who turn on some music and for 10 minutes just have some quick, vigorous physical exercise. It's also fun, and that helps us concentrate better and actually work better.
So can you tell me about any other partnerships that you have at the district?
Absolutely. We're always seeking additional partnerships, but in addition to the partnership with Providence Little Company of Mary, we seek grants. So we have a nutrition education and obesity prevention grant currently that is supporting our students and families and increasing parent engagement, because as you well know, getting parents to learn more about nutrition and how to prevent obesity and have a healthy lifestyle is really, really important for our students. Another Choose Health LA is another partnership that we're looking at, and we have on the social emotional side also, we have a partnership with University of Southern California. That partnership is with their School of Social Work, because again, the whole child is not just an academic being, they're physical, they need good nutrition, they also need good social emotional support. So we have a partnership, and our Director of Student Support Services, Jorge Arroyo, helped develop this partnership with USC School of Social Work to have social work interns come work in all of our elementary schools, and we hope that that will further develop so that we can provide counseling services when needed to all of our students, and that helps round out the kind of support that our students need to be healthy and happy and make good progress in their academic achievement as well as their overall social and emotional health.
It's really great how Lawndale takes the holistic approach for the child, and now even including more parent engagement, because definitely the parents need to be on board.
It's something that I was just meeting earlier today with a community health director from Providence Hospital about the need for parent engagement, because we only have the students for 6 hours a day. So the kinds of relationships that they have with their family, the healthy practices that their family has, or to the extent that the school district can help support the family in making good nutritional choices, in increasing their parents' physical activity, and maybe showing them some ways to have fun as a family that will include physical activity and good nutrition. Any of those things help contribute to the overall health of the child and their future success.
Can you tell me a little bit about your partnership with the LA County Office of Education?
Oh yes, we have a partnership. It's actually called a demonstration project through the LA County Office of Ed. They were looking for a school district that was interested in taking a new approach to student discipline and behavior. And we joined with them, as well as the district into which we feed. We're just a K-8 district that feeds into Centinela Valley. So our teachers went through a training in positive behavior intervention and support. And over the last several years, we've succeeded in significantly reducing our suspensions or expulsions, which keeps students in school, attending school every day, and learning how to solve their problems in a proactive way, teaching them problem-solving skills, and developing a school culture which, instead of being punitive or excluding students when they misbehave, teaching them positive behavior skills, just like we expect from our adults too, problem-solving skills, communication skills. And the effect of this is that we've, as I said, significantly reduced our suspensions, and we are teaching our students how to have a very positive school culture and treat each other with respect and behave responsibly. So we're really excited about that.
Wow, that sounds really great. I love how Lawndale takes a whole child approach and really, touches on the nutrition, physical activity, emotional, and academic well-being of the child. So thank you so much for being a great role model and helping to lead other school districts, hopefully, to follow in your footsteps.
Thanks very much for having me today.
Thank you. And we'll be back with some more Lawndale Lifestyle right after this.
I didn't know.
My parents didn't know
that childhood obesity can lead to type 2 diabetes.
But now that I know, I won't let it happen to my kids.
I'm making important changes so my kids could have the chance to live a long and healthy life.
Visit notmykids.net to get healthy recipes, ideas to keep your family active, and many more tips. Visit notmykids.net today. Do it for your kids' health.
Welcome back. My next guest is Melissa McCollum, the Community Library Manager for the Lawndale Library. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. I'm very glad to be here.
So can you tell me a little bit about what type of summer reading program and other learning activities you have at the library?
Sure. So the Lawndale Library has had a summer reading program for years and years and years. And so this year the theme is Pause to Read, so kind of animal-based. And we have a game board for the kids to track their reading. So they'll earn prizes based on the amount of time they read in June and July and August. And they can earn prizes, so things like pencils and toys, erasers, even free books, based on the amount of time that they spend reading.
Oh, nice.
And then in addition to the game, they're also invited to come to the library on Wednesdays for performances. So starting on Wednesday, June 18th at 3 o'clock, we're going to have a world famous juggler, David Cousin. And then every Wednesday throughout the rest of June and all of July, there'll be other performances. So music and storytellers, puppets, so it's a lot of fun. And then on Fridays, again during that same time period at 3 o'clock, we combine stories with art activities also, just to bring people into the library and have some fun.
Oh, nice. Can you tell me about any other services or activities that you have at the Lawndale Library?
Sure. So we do a lot, a lot of programming at the Lawndale Library. So for kids, other programs that we have, basically on an ongoing basis, we do story time every Saturday at 2. We have Spanish story times every Thursday at 4. And during the school year, we've had, this past year, we've had a wonderful, speaking of healthy living, series of Lawndale Lifestyle programs. So every Wednesday at 4 o'clock, we've had either a cooking class or a sports class, a gardening class, or an art activity, all related obviously to healthy living and encouraging kids and parents to eat better, exercise more, learn to grow their own food. So that's been a lot of fun. For teens, we do a Teen Friends of the Library. They gather every Saturday to work on projects for the library. So currently they're working on putting together our poetry night for April, as well as a giant library fiesta for this first Saturday in May. And they do other projects as well. They did a digital photography project where they documented the neighborhoods around the Lawndale Library.
Wow.
So that was really very, very cool project. And then also for teens and adults, we do twice monthly yoga classes. Those are on the second and the fourth Saturdays of every month at 11 o'clock. It's a beginning Vinyasa flow yoga class taught by Ann Spinner. She's a wonderful, wonderful teacher, and all free. So hopefully people will come for that. Other things we have for adults, we have a monthly book club. We have weekly adult computer classes. We're going to start a Zumba class in June. So there's really a ton of programming. It's hard to talk about it all, but one good way for people to learn about it, we do a monthly calendar that comes out on the first day of every month that lists all of our programs for all ages. There's also information, of course, on our website, our Facebook page, and our Twitter feed. So we encourage people to take a look at that to see what's going on.
Very cool. So is there a fee or a cost for any of these activities you just mentioned?
All programs are free for participants. So
great.
Yeah, it's a good deal.
Nice. And do you have any book recommendations for us or for over the summer?
Sure. So mentioning about summer book recommendations, I believe that you've spoken with Betsy Hamilton already, and I just wanted to mention that the Lawndale Elementary School District does give us their recommended reading list. So we'll order lots of copies of all of the books on those lists,
Oh, that's great.
which is great. So residents can come and check those out. if you happen not to go to Lawndale Elementary School and you have a different book that you need, we certainly can order books to satisfy those requests as well. I just wanted to share a couple of books that are really, really popular right now for all age groups. So one for adults that's really popular is Donna Tartt's The Goldfinch. It's a bestseller and probably my favorite book that I've read in the last few months. It starts with a bombing at an art museum, and the 13-year-old Theo's mom unfortunately does die, but at the same time he comes into possession of a Dutch masterpiece. So the rest of the book is kind of his journey into adulthood and a lot of detail about arts and antiquities and lots of intrigue. So very, very good book.
Nice.
For teens and actually a few moms as well, the Divergent trilogy is really popular right now. Any Hunger Games fans, this is kind of what they're reading now. You may have noticed that the movie just came out as well. But it's a futuristic novel. The population has been divided into 5 factions based on qualities that the residents have, and starts peaceful, but then very quickly kind of turns into a power struggle. So lots and lots of again, excitement and plot turns, and there's 3 books. I haven't read the last one yet, so I'm not sure how it's going to end. I'm still waiting for my copy, but you'll probably see a lot of these books being carried around in Lawndale and across LA County. So take a look at that.
Good to know.
And for the little ones, I have a 6-year-old, so these are popular both at home and also in the library. We just have to take this out at story time, and the kids start cheering. But it's Pete the Cat. He's a really kind of easygoing cat, loves his white shoes, but in the first one kind of steps in strawberries and blueberries, and it's really cute. There's a song that the kids can sing with Pete, and because it's so popular, obviously there's many more that have been published since then. So
Rocking in high school shoes. That's
exactly,
cute.
exactly. So so very popular, and we encourage everybody to come down and check out the books that they want, or if they're looking for recommendations, staff are always happy to talk about what we're reading, or what other customers are reading as well.
And you mentioned something about gardening classes too. Can you tell us a little bit more about that and the
Sure.
garden even at the library?
Sure, you bet. We partnered with the City of Lawndale and the Lawndale Elementary School District to put in a Lawndale Ocean-Friendly Garden a few years ago, and so since that time we've been gardening with the kids, with the teens, and with the adults. So with the kids, we do it as part of our Lawndale Lifestyle classes. Teens work in there throughout the month. And then we've started looking for adult volunteers as well on Friday afternoons at 1. Just come to the garden if you want to do some basic gardening. So weeding and watering and harvesting. We use the produce to make healthy snacks as well, and that's a lot of fun. You may also have been thinking about our partnership with the Grow LA Victory Garden Initiative. Those are classes that are taught by Master Gardener Chris Lauritsen, also from Billy Mitchell, and she has taught dozens of people in Lawndale how to grow their own food. She's a wonderful, wonderful teacher, and so they're just currently finishing that set of classes, but she teaches those once or twice a year. So keep an eye on website and everything for when that next series of class will happen.
Great. Well, thank you so much. It sounds like the Lawndale Library has tons of activities, from reading to gardening to cooking. That's really, really exciting, and all free, which is even more exciting.
Absolutely. It's a lot of fun, and we're thankful for our partners, and we're just very thankful to be a part of Lawndale. It's really a wonderful community.
Well, thanks again for coming in today.
Sure, thank you.
And we'll be right back right after this.
Yo no sabía.
Mis padres no sabían.
Que la obesidad infantil puede conducir a la diabetes tipo 2.
Ahora que lo sé, no dejaré que le pase a mis hijos.
Estoy haciendo cambios importantes para que mis hijos tengan la oportunidad de vivir una vida larga y saludable.
Visite amishijosno.net para obtener recetas saludables, ideas para mantener activa a su familia y muchos consejos más. Hágalo por la salud de sus hijos.
Did you know that proper nutrition improves academic, behavioral, and emotional functioning? Well, our very own Chef Lissette is going to teach us how to feed our brain with a yummy and healthy recipe. So let's see what's cooking in the kitchen with Chef Lissette.
Hi, so welcome back. Good to see you guys again. Today we're going to be working on a berry parfait, as it is the season in which berries are fruitful here in Southern California. Today my sous chef is Quinn. Quinn, please wave at the camera. Hi. So first things first, we're starting out with some plain yogurt and we're going to turn it into vanilla yogurt. Oh my, what magic is this? So Quinn, if you could go ahead and add our plain yogurt to the bowl. So we're going to do this by adding our plain yogurt into this bowl, and then we're going to add some vanilla extract. Wonderful. And can you grab the vanilla extract, please? The little bottle right there. So we're going to add some vanilla extract to it and brown sugar. We're only adding about a tablespoon and 1 teaspoon of brown sugar to this 32-ounce container of yogurt, just FYI. Wonderful. So he and I both like a lot of vanilla. So it's at your discretion how much vanilla you put in there. But for he and I, we like a little more, so we put a tablespoon in. If you don't like it as much, then go ahead and just add about a teaspoon or less. And we're going to add our brown sugar in, and we're just going to stir it. Can you keep stirring that for me, please, Quinn? Lovely. So for toppings, we have multigrain Cheerios and also a little trail mix that you can use to sweeten things naturally. So that way you're going to be getting some extra fiber. You're going to have some protein because we have pepitas in here, or pumpkin seeds, as well as some sunflower seeds. If there's an allergy, just go ahead and do dried fruit. That'll help sweeten it naturally. Or use granola from the store. Just beware. Usually it has a lot of added sugar. So please read the nutrition facts and figure out what the portion is. So otherwise, you can always use multigrain Cheerios or regular Cheerios, or really anything else that you can think of that's nice and crunchy. Just make sure you add it right before serving. Otherwise, it'll get kind of soggy and gross. All right. So first things first. As you can see, we've added it and the color has changed. It's no longer that really, really pale white. Instead, it's a little bit more brown, and you see little flecks of brown sugar in it. Over time, in about a minute or two, those little flecks will go away as the sugar rehydrates with the moisture found inside of the yogurt. But as we're on a budget, we're going to keep going. And it's not going to affect the taste too much. So first things first, we're going to add a little bit of yogurt. Can you hold that for me, please, Quinn? A little bit at the bottom. And then Quinn wants to use raspberries in this parfait. So we're going to add some raspberries in there. Can you shake that up, please? Wonderful. Okay, there we go. So we're adding raspberries. Let me add a couple more, actually, because you want to be able to see the layers in there. All right, no more needs for shakings. Okay, and now we're going to add a little bit more yogurt. So I know that I like yogurt, and it's a good way of having children and ourselves consume more fruit, because sometimes the fruit just isn't all that sweet, kind of depending. So with that in mind, what I try to do is, instead of having yogurt with fruit, I try to have fruit with yogurt, which means I put a lot of fruit in there and a little bit of yogurt, just enough to sweeten. So now we have our strawberries. Now we're going to add a little bit more yogurt at the top. And he wanted to finish off with some cranberries, right? You want to do that part? Lovely. And I believe you wanted multigrain Cheerios, right? Also, if you give children a choice of toppings, they're going to be more prone to try those items. Even if they don't try it the first time, if you keep offering them things, eventually, because it's by their own choice, they'll say, yes, I want to try that. And if they don't like it, that's fine, but at least they're trying something new and different. And trust me, that goes a long way, as I'm sure a lot of you guys know. It can be quite the challenge to introduce new foods to children. Lovely, that's very beautifully garnished. And now all we're gonna do is add a little bit of Cheerios to the top. It's very, very simply. So that way he's got a nice little bit of crunch to it, because it's very satisfying. Plus it's gonna add a little bit of sweet, a different kind of sweet, in addition to that lovely change in texture. And there we go. We have a little parfait. Normally you can see the layers a little better, but it's a tiny cup. So we're also practicing portion control. This is about 4 ounces or half a cup of fruit and about 2 ounces of yogurt. But because we're using this container, it looks like it's a lot more. So remember, if you guys give your kids a big bowl with cereal in it or what have you, and there's only a little bit in there, they're gonna feel like it's not a lot. If you give them a small bowl with the same amount in there, they're gonna feel like, oh man, I just won something. This is awesome. All right, so again, easy parfait. You can always change out the recipes. I usually do frozen blueberries because they're usually not in season and they're very expensive, usually when they are. So I use frozen ones because they're a lot cheaper. It fits into my budget better. Plus it keeps my yogurt nice and cold and it's almost like I'm having a dessert, which makes me happy. But yeah, so please feel free to substitute whatever you like for the fruit. You can always use just plain yogurt or Greek yogurt or what have you. And just enjoy. Have a parfait party. Thank you so much. Thank you, Quinn. Have a good one. See you next time.
Thanks, Chef Lissette. For those of you who don't think you have time to exercise, saying, I don't have time, it's just the grown-up version of the dog ate my homework. So how about we all get up and get moving with Coach Latarrin.
Thanks, Christine. Everybody knows it's important to exercise. Now let's get off the couch and do a 5-minute instant recess. All right, let's get going. Let's go ahead and get the feet marching. Step off the couch with me, let's go. Yeah. Don't be shy back there. Let's go ahead and get the feet going. Let's warm up. Let's go ahead and get our shoulders going. Good. That's right. Shoulders going, let's go. All right. Good. Roll them high, nice and high. Good. Let's take it backwards. Good. Now we're used to rolling both shoulders. Let's go ahead and alternate it. Keep our feet going. We're going to alternate one shoulder at a time. It's going to feel kind of awkward at first because you're not used to it. But as you practice this over time, it will get better and better. Good. Good. It's okay to go slow. Just get that shoulder nice and high. Let's go ahead and take it backwards. Big rolls back. Just kind of like you swimming, doing the backstroke. Yeah, everybody knows that stroke. Good. All right, let's go ahead and shake it out. All right, what we're gonna do now is a shoulder press. It's gonna get our hands up and high. So we're gonna go up, down, up, down, up, down. You guys with me? Let's go, fast. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep it going. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That felt great, didn't it? All right, we're gonna do now is keep the feet going and marching in place, and we're gonna do some bicep curls as we're going. So we're gonna pick the arms up just like we're curling something. Go ahead and place it down. Up, down. One more time. Up, down. Let's speed it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't forget to squeeze the muscle. 8, 9, 10. Let's squeeze it. Let's go ahead and count it back down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good, guys. Very good. All right, so what we're gonna do now is do the tricep. When we work the bicep, we gotta work the other side. So we're gonna turn to the side. We're gonna bend at our waist. Keep the feet going in place and take your arms back as far as you can here, just like you're about to do a Superman. You go whoosh, you're gonna fly. All right, so we're gonna bring the elbows in and take it out. In, take it out. You see I have that 90-degree right here, and then take it out. I'm not bringing it all the way up here. I'm just stopping it right here at my waist, and then I'm bringing it back out. So it's in, out, out. Make sure you squeeze the muscle as you come up. Let's go. 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep the feet moving. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's take it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. Go ahead and shake it out. Good job. All right, what we're gonna do now is the reverse lunge. Reverse lunge. So we're gonna do, put our hands at our hips. Go ahead and stop the feet for a moment and take your foot back. Here, like you're stretching it, and my knee is right behind my toes. So when I come down, I don't want my knees going in front of my toes. You don't have to put your knee on the ground, but I'm putting my knee on the ground just to show you. So keep it in front of my toes, then I come back up, and I go down. just like that. I don't have to go all the way down, but I just want to make sure I'm bending that back knee. My back knee is straight, now it's coming down. My front knee is not going over my toes, and I'm doing a good job. Good. We don't want you to do too many of these because we don't want you to hurt yourself at home. So we want you to do about 5 or 6. Work your way up. Technique is important. And very good. Let's go ahead and switch it to the other side. Same thing. Make sure your other foot is back. Knee is down. This is my same leg, but it's okay. I'm just showing you different angles. Good. All right. Let's keep it going, guys. You guys doing really good. Good. Feel that? Let's do 2 more. All right. Let's go ahead and march it in place. Now we're going to go down to our calves. What we're going to do is come up off our toes, reach up as high as we can, come back down. Reach up, squeeze the calves, and down. These are our calves right here. Up and down. Up, just like you're going for a shot, and down. The basketball, reaching up for the ball, bringing it back down. Rebound, and down. Rebound, and down. Kids, if you want to jump, go ahead and jump. Parents, you want to do this calf raises? It's very good, and down. Let's do 4 more. Down. 3 more. Down. 2 more. Down. 1 more. Last one. And good. Let's go ahead and march the feet again. Good. Let's take it back to the shoulder rolls. Let's roll it forward. Get our breaths going. Good, nice and high. Let's take it back. Nice stretch. Feel like it's a massage, don't it? Feels great. Good. All right. Let's go ahead and take the neck, chin down. Up. Back. Forward. One more time. Down. Up. Back. Forward. Stick it to the side. Stretch out the neck over the side. Middle. Other side. Middle. One more time. Side. Middle. Other side. Middle. All right, let's go ahead and get our breaths in. Cool down the heart. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Out through the mouth. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Last time. In. And out. Great job, you guys. I will see you next time.
Thanks, Coach Latarrin. If you want to learn more about the wonderful programs happening in the Lawndale Library, you can visit their website at www.lawndalelifestyle.com. And if you want to hear more about the positive behavior intervention and support program that Lawndale District is a part of, you can go to www.pbis.org. Today we learned about the importance of reading and the link between nutrition, physical activity, and academic achievement. So I really hope that you'll take advantage of the wonderful programs at the Lawndale Library and find ways to keep your mind and body healthy and active over the summer. So from all of us here at Lawndale Lifestyle, I'm your host, Christine Bou Sleiman, and we'll see you next time.